Hello and welcome everybody, hope that you are good, and this coming Saturday we have another Gmax battle day. Snorlax as a Gmax mon is coming to Pokemon GO in a 3-hour event window on April the 19th. What is the best strategy to take this thing down? Because of course Gmax is not too accessible for everybody, which of course is the format, and it's a bit of a shame, but it'd be silly of me not to provide potentially some counter advice what you're going to want to take on with the attack, the defense, and the spirit parts of the battle. So don't forget, you're going to need a couple of people, probably a lobby of 10. That may come down depending on how good your Pokemon are. So let me know, are you excited for Gmax Snorlax? Because it's a fan favorite of the Gmax game. And a final shout out of course to Pokemon GO Hub for their battle guide. So being a Gmax 6-star battle, it is going to be 800 max particles per battle. It's a pure normal type, doesn't change its typing in Gmax form, so it's fighting counters all the way. And your hundo CP you want to find is going to be 1843. You'd have thought your attackers would be fairly foregone conclusion, and to a degree they are. So top pick is obviously Dynamax Machamp. You should be getting access to this research that will give you a Dynamax Machop. Machop is currently in the rotation, so definitely Dynamax Machamp is going to be a really good pick. It's the best pick. Make sure you get the attack stat, the attack max move, all the way to tier 3 if you can do. And then it's going to be a smattering of the Gmax Pokemon. So obviously, if you're able to get some Gmax Pokemon and power them up, they are just neutrally very hard hitting and very good on the old damage front. So Gmax Charizard, followed by Gmax Lapras, Kingler, Blastoise, and finally Venusaur. That's the order of most damage. So you're going to be doing neutral damage on them, really. But then come the remaining fighting types, and this is where it's a bit funky that, you know, Persimmon was released as a Max Monday and then kind of disappeared, and now it's back. Fighting type Pokemon, not amazing. I would honestly say you're better off doing a Machop and leveling it up. And finally, your Phalanx. Don't do your Phalanx, honestly. There's no point bringing them in. You're better off to go for the Machop and power it up, evolve it, etc. But that is your attacker advice. So just before we push on with the rest of the battle guide, a massive thanks as always to every single person who is a part of the wonderful Patreon squad who are instrumental in what we're able to do here on the channel with the content, the live streams, event travel like Milan and Paris in the next couple of months. Thank you so very much to every single person who supports the channel and me as a creator, having seen so many of you at live events and hopefully see many more of you in the coming months or maybe even years. Thank you for your extra support. It really does mean a lot. Sweeping on down to the best defenders, there is no surprise here to find Blissey Dynamax. Obviously we had a Chansey Max Monday a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. So that is the best defensive tank Pokemon you can find. It shouldn't have any super effective moves from Snorlax unless it has superpower potentially. Next up is obviously the Gigantamax Lapras, then Metagross, the everlasting Metagross that's going to stay in the counter guides, I think. Hopefully got a few of them that you could utilize. Then you're into Gmax Charizard. If you've already somehow got yourself a Gmax Snorlax that's decent after battle number 1, you could utilize that. You've got Gigantamax Venusaur and then Blastoise. So a lot of Gmax focus on this one. To be honest, your cheaper counters are obviously going to be Blissey and your Metagross. Metagross has been around. It's been a very usable attacker and defender in the past couple of battle weekends and battle days. Of course, the defender of your team is the one that's going to have the max guard all the way to tier 3. Although, typically in these max battle events, you'll either find yourself using the attack or the heal. Don't see too many people utilizing the shields and the guard function. So scrolling down to your best healers, they do keep it fairly top line. So you've got Gmax Blastoise, Dynamax Blissey again, Gmax Lapras and Gmax Snorlax. So obviously the cheapest counter of that is going to be Blissey. Chansey, it doesn't necessarily matter what the IVs are. I'd honestly say, you know, if you've got better HP and defense on the stats, probably preferable. Get its max move, heal the spirits all the way to tier 3. That'll be the best way to utilize your max particles. So you can see where you're going to build up a team. I think we're going to build up a team of mine right now. Before we do that though, this is the move pool for Gmax Snorlax. So you can see there, the fast moves don't get any stab bonus. Yawn is a legacy move that could technically be learned, I think, by the Gmax boss. If it does learn legacy moves potentially, you're more than likely to face off against Zen Headbutt and Lick. However, there are lots of normal type charge moves there. There's Hyper Beam, Body Slam, and Skull Bash. And there's a good smattering of other things as well. There's Outrage, Heavy Slam, Earthquake's going to deal some damage, and Superpower. I think Superpower might prove one of the more problematic ones on this. That'll counter your Lapras, that'll counter your Blissey, etc. Don't forget you can find your teams and build up a team for power spots. It's underneath the battle parties, underneath your raids and everything like that. So what are we going to put in this thing? Well, our team can be quite varied. We know what the best choices are. I haven't actually powered up a Blissey yet, which I think I will do ahead of Saturday. So Gmax Lapras is going to go in there. Then I haven't powered this up yet, but we are going to get our Gmax Charizard. It's 96% of the moves are all max. I just need to level it up. And the final one, the attacker slot, is the Hundo D-Max Machamp. Of course, that's tier 3 moves all the way. Honestly, I'd recommend, if you can do, if you've got yourself some good Pokemon, power up those moves over the course of this week. If you can't power up all the moves of every single Pokemon, pick your attacker, power up its attack. If you're going to pick your defender, power up its guard. If you're going to pick your healer, power up its spirit. You don't necessarily need to use Gmax Pokemon. It's just I happen to have them because I'm able to do them. Your Dynamax battles are just as well off. Of course, we recommend for the Gigantamax and Dynamax battles, don't use your charge attack when you're in the smaller part of the battle, shall we say. When you're just tapping, you need to fill up the max meter as quickly as you can do. Just spam your fast move. That's the way to go. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. Very best of luck over the course of the weekend. If you enjoyed today's little video, please hit that subscribe button for more Pokemon Go content, vlogs, travel, bits and pieces, live events, and battle and raid guides. Hope to see you all around very soon. If you like what you saw, check out one of the videos here on the screen and continue enjoying the content at your leisure. But I will say, until the next time, people, do take care.